There's a question that's being asked by many people today. Why care about sustainable buildings and lifestyles that have smaller carbon footprints when the universal forces causing climate change are far greater than our ability to affect those changes in any meaningful way? We need to resist that response. We can do something about this. Here are a few of the reasons to craft a different way of living. Natural resources are becoming scarcer and therefore more expensive. Cheap energy is a luxury of the past, and water aquifers are drying up. As a result, global food production is in rapid decline. By making some easy adjustments on our own now, in the way we live and use resources, we will have more say about how that change will look. The decision to incorporate new ways of thinking into our lives opens the door to more comfort, more health, and more security, both for today and for future generations. That's why I'm building extreme green homes. These homes may look like any other homes, but they're not. First of all, this is a low-impact development, and then the homes are extreme green, that are healthy for the people that live there and for the environment. And these green homes together create this green community. We made the decision to keep the original 1904 farmhouse and renovate it so that the new community could have a historical anchor in the larger community. We decided to split up the site into 4 lots with moderately sized homes and 3 carriage houses, orienting everything to the south for passive and active solar systems. The roadway is in a circle so that the homes are oriented around the circle with the pocket park and benches right in the middle to create a sense of community. The homes also have been sited so that they can take full advantage of passive and active solar systems. Come on, let's go in and take a look inside one of these homes. To arrive at the near zero energy home, we have to build the house as a system. Each piece must be integrated as an effective green building block. The minute you walk through the door, it's obvious something is different about these homes. The sunlight streams in through the windows, air is fresh, the temperature is comfortable. All in all, a great place to live. On this tour, I'm going to show you how we achieve these qualities. In these homes, we've made every effort to keep the home as healthy as possible, to make it as energy efficient as possible, and to use sustainable materials that are very, very durable. These homes have been designed with many flexible living spaces to allow a lot of lifestyle options. There's the carriage house that's above the garage. A detached accessory dwelling unit can be rented out or used by the family. It has ground floor bedroom in the main home with universal design features that allow a wheelchair to negotiate between the bedroom and the bathroom and into the shower. There's the bonus room on the 2nd floor. This ground floor room that has an exterior entrance or the carriage house are all office opportunities. A person never needs to think about moving away from this home as they age. They can just stay put. Now let's look at the components that make these homes green. It starts with the slab that is the main floor. Underneath 4 inches of concrete, which comes in at about this level, there's a 2-inch layer of closed cell foam that goes underneath that entire slab at this level. That closed cell foam keeps out moisture and keeps the 45-degree earth away from the living temperatures of the home, which are closer to 70. So this slab will become a heat sink for passive solar, absorbing the sunlight's warmth as it comes in the windows, and absorbing warmth from the human bodies and the cooking and the radiators, and it will help regulate temperature in the home. Then the next component I'd like to show you is our wall assembly. Here's a sample of our exterior wall assembly. It starts with a 2x6 frame, 2x6 top and bottom plate. Then a 1/2 inch layer of closed cell foam is applied to the exterior of the wall, and then the plywood is placed over that. Over the plywood is where you put your paper, your flashings, your windows, and your siding. Now this closed cell foam has an R3 value, and it's an absolute moisture and air barrier. On the inside of the wall, we staple a fiberglass material and then take a hose and blow in formaldehyde-free fiberglass, filling every nook and cranny of the stud cavity. This amazing wall assembly gives us R26 value. Wonderful, very good. So we take our walls that are built like the little sample I just showed you, cover them with 60-minute paper and good pre-primed cedar siding, and we get a complete air and waterproof membrane around the entire perimeter of this home. Our Washington State Energy Code requires 12 inches of insulation up in the attic, which equals an R38. We are installing 20 inches of insulation. That equals an R60, not quite double, but getting close. One of the most important things that we do to keep our exterior envelope tight is we look for any air leaks and seal them up with foam. This is an extensive process that includes the attic, the floor joists, the exterior walls, and the sill plates. These triple glazed windows that are locally manufactured have low E coating on the exterior and argon gas in between the panes. The result is a very high efficiency window that also lets in solar gain in the daytime. Every airtight home needs plenty of fresh air. And the secret's in this room. This heat recovery ventilator is literally the lungs of the home, pulling stale air out of all the bathrooms and the utility room and pushing it to the outdoors. At the same time, it's bringing fresh air in. These two air streams are crossing inside the heat exchange cores so that the exhaling air can warm up the incoming air that's getting delivered to all the bedrooms. This machine has a 90% efficiency rating on it, so that the air that's delivered is almost the same temperature as the inside air of the home. When the sun is shining, the electricity to this fixture is provided by the cells on the roof. Solar cells can also provide power to appliances, outlets, and can even charge the electric car that I drove here. When the system is producing more power than what the home is using, the surplus is sold back to the utility. When you look at the billing meter, it's spinning backwards, and that's a sign that the electricity is being fed back into the grid. In an effort to use less electricity, we've taken great pains to use very efficient equipment. All of the appliances are Energy Star, meaning they use both less electricity and less water in the case of the dishwasher and the washing machine. We've used ceiling fans that are Energy Star, meaning use less electricity. Our lighting fixtures are all fluorescent, meaning they use 25% of the electricity of a regular bulb. The solar array on the roof, using a heat exchange medium, preheat the water that is used for both the radiator system in the home and also for the domestic hot water. Summertime temperatures can heat the water to 180 degrees. In the spring and fall, it's not uncommon to get temperatures of 130. If the solar array on the roof is not producing water at a hot enough temperature, then the gas-fired boiler comes on to raise the temperature the rest of the needed degrees. If the water coming off the roof is hotter than what is needed, it is mixed with cold water so that it's a comfortable temperature coming out of the tap. It's easy to save water when you live in this home. This lab faucet uses only a fraction of the water of a regular lab faucet at 0.5 gallons per minute. And two of them require no hands. They're particularly useful if you have children who tend to leave the faucet running. You have a dual flush toilet that has a 0.8 gallon flush option for liquids. There's a 2.0 gallon per minute shower head. We have a front load washing machine that uses less than half the water of a conventional washing machine. We have no garbage disposal. Combined with the outdoor storage tanks, all of these features will probably save about half of the water normally used in a house of this size. This 3,000 gallon cistern collects the water from the roof and stores it for your irrigation needs. Only 4 to 5 inches of rain falling on this roof will fill up this big rain barrel. The storm system for this project is underneath this roadway. Imagine a basin that's 24 feet wide, 4 feet deep, and about 300 feet long that's filled up with rock. The rock that we use is a 2-inch crush, the same stuff they use for railroad beds to support the locomotives. It's wonderfully structural, supporting any vehicular traffic, but also it has 40% voids for a great capacity for storing water. Now if you look at the roadway, it looks like rice crackers. This porous pavement is designed for the water to flow right through it. And I want to show you how this works. Hose, water, pavement, going right through. It works. Look at that. Looks like we did it right. Directly to the south of this site is a roadway that serves several homes. This access road does not have its own storm system. So we've created a channel here, put rock on it, so that seasonally the water that comes down the road can flow through the rocks and end up in the pond. So about 3 or 4 months a year, this pond has about 1 foot of water in it. The blueberry bushes love the pond. Now these plants like to have boggy ground. So we already have the water from the pond. We've incorporated sand, manure compost, peat moss, and wood chips into this soil to really try to mimic the type of ground that they like to grow in, which is a bog. The overall landscaping is very low maintenance. There's no grass to mow, water, edge, or fertilize. There's few weeds to pull. It includes drought-tolerant, native, and edible plants. It also includes saved trees and vegetation. We use natural soil building amendments, and then we use a thick layer of mulch for both soil building and water retention. This is several boxwood bushes that we rescued from another site. This is another species of Oregon grape. This too came from another site. We do have to buy some plants, and when we do so, we try to stick with natives and edibles. This is a vine maple, which is very native to this area. They're nice, beautiful trees. They get red stalks in the fall, and they don't need any care, really. They just need to be planted in some good soil and with a little shade, and they're happy. On this site, we were lucky to be able to save about 8 large trees, this being one of them. The first step was for the arborist to pull very large diameter vines off the tree that were strangling it all the way up into the crown. The next step was for them to prune all the dead branches out of the crown of the tree. The greatest effort in maintaining this landscape will be making the blueberry pie. In the kitchen, we have several materials worth mentioning. This countertop is Richlite, which is made from paper and resin. It's locally manufactured right down in Tacoma, and it's a very durable surface. The kitchen sink is made from 80% granite dust and resins. The granite dust is a post-industrial waste product. All of the floors in these homes are hard surfaces. This makes it easy to keep the floors clean and the home healthy. Designing a community, a complete weather seal, a fresh air system, active and passive solar systems, water conservation features, durable, sustainable, and natural materials and finishes, and low-impact landscaping. All of these components together create a house as a system by using conventional building techniques. Whether traditional style or modern, green homes can be comfortable, fresh, and a joy to live in. With proper advanced planning and these techniques, anyone can build extreme green. Thank you for coming on our tour. And by now we hope that you've learned that the components of our extreme green homes are really quite simple. You will find it easy to live in these homes with free electricity, free hot water, really low utility bills, and clean fresh air. When you make this move, you join a world community of people who are working together to keep our planet green. And have a good time doing it.
To the Homestead!
Yeah.
Yeah.